You're listening to the ESO Network, your station for all things geek.
Hello and welcome to episode 300 of the Soul Forge podcast.
Welcome to the Soul Forge, a place of silent mystery, quiet contemplation, and outright mayhem. Join your host, Shawn Vanderloo, as he guides you through the adventures of living. Together, we'll talk about life and love, sex and dating, joy and heartache, memories and loss, and so much more. Don't worry, it's not nearly as pretentious as it sounds. Get ready for life, the universe, and everything on the Soul Forge.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. It's Shawn, and with me today is Leah.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm excellent. Thank you for asking.
Good.
So this is episode 300.
Wow.
Quite a milestone.
Yeah, you made it to 300. I'm impressed.
Me too. I didn't know it was going to happen.
Excellent.
But here it is. And for the last few weeks, I've been asking people to send congratulations or concerns or comments or show ideas. I've gotten 0 emails, which is very sad.
Very.
Although Stephen German from the Play on Nerds podcast network did say they were going to send something. So if they do, I will play it somewhere in the show.
Okay.
And if not, I'm very disappointed in all of you out there in podcast land. Very sad.
Wah, wah.
No, I'm not surprised.
No?
It's very rare when somebody sends something to another podcast.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, it's not a thing that happens.
Oh, okay.
For whatever reason. But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Right.
It's 300 episodes, and this past week, we just had our birthdays.
We did.
Yes. Yours was at the end of August. Mine's the beginning of September.
Yeah.
You turned 44. I turned 47.
47. 47. 47. 47. 47. 47. 47. 47. 47. 47. No!
And here we are.
Yeah, here we are.
So what did we do this past weekend?
Well, we decided to take a trip to Sudbury.
Which is about 3.5
3.5 hours. Yeah, from here.
Just for a romantic getaway weekend.
Yeah, sort of spend some time together. We did a lot of shopping.
We did.
Yeah.
We certainly did.
We did.
Yes.
I just wanted to say before we get into sort of any gifts or anything that we got, I wanted to just sort of say that I did sort of start listening to previous episodes of your podcast.
You did?
And I learned a lot about you and about
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
What did you learn?
Well, I did listen to the Bridget episode.
Right.
I listened to some of the more physical episodes, episode 69, for instance.
Of course.
So some interesting things I learned about you since now that we're, in a relationship. It was nice to learn these little tidbits that maybe I didn't really think to ask.
Nothing scared you away?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, because my brother Curtis always said, you shouldn't do the Soul Forge podcast. Anybody that you're with is not going to want to hear any of this stuff. You should just cancel it and delete all the episodes.
Oh, my.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I sort of found it interesting. Like I said, I learned some things that I maybe didn't think to ask, or things that I now know about you that maybe I wouldn't have known if I had not listened.
Well then, and you're still here?
I'm still here.
And you're not running away?
No.
Well, that's good.
Not running away screaming or anything like that.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive. Okay, so this past weekend, what was it? Saturday we left and came back Sunday, so it was just an overnighter.
Yeah.
Before we left, you went to get your hair done.
I did.
I went and got some snacks.
Yes.
I stopped at the Dollarama. And, of course, I had to check the pegs for Hot Wheels because you never know what's going to be there.
That's right.
So I looked through and I looked through and I looked through and I'm like, oh, there's all garbage here. There's nothing good. And I'm like, fine, I'll keep looking. And on the last row of pegs, I found my first super treasure hunt.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Those are very hard to find.
Yeah.
Yes. I found regular treasure hunts. But in 7 months of looking, I finally found the super.
Well, and especially living in little towns like Sault Ste. Marie, Sudbury, I don't think big companies really think that we like collecting things or that we like these things because, example with your super treasure hunt, example with my gift that we're going to talk about a little bit later. But we had to go to 3 or 4 stores to locate that. And we finally found it at a store that we really didn't think to go to. So if I had not looked on the internet,
that's true,
as to where this might be available, we wouldn't have found it.
That is right, because Northern Ontario is kind of a forgotten area.
Yeah, we're the forgotten land.
We are. Yeah. And I thought Timmins was the land of culture forgot. Imagine if we were up there. Holy.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that'd be even worse. But no. So yeah, found that. Found some other stuff. In Sudbury, we went to a Dollarama and got the Halloween set of Hot Wheels.
Yes.
Day of the Dead set.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So a 5-pack.
Yes.
That was cool.
You got all 5 of them.
Oh, we did. We got all 5. Yes.
And you think those will be great additions to your collection?
I don't see why not.
Yeah.
They're different. They're unique.
It's amazing because I think a lot of companies believe that people in the north or little communities like this will just buy stuff on the internet. It's amazing how much the price can go up when you're purchasing something on the internet.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
So I kind of feel, and maybe you can tell me if you feel this way, but I sort of feel we're at a disadvantage and kind of backed into a corner because our only option is to buy this stuff online.
That's true, because where we are, there's very few really good stores. Mm-hmm. Like we have a Walmart, we have a Home Depot and Best Buy, but we don't really have like a Target or a Kroger or any of the big stores that they have in the United States.
Yeah, we have very little options.
And they don't restock here very often either.
No.
It seems like it anyway. And even though we're a border town and we can just cross the river to go into the United States, that town, Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, is even smaller.
Yep.
And they don't get a lot of good stuff either. Although there is a Meijer there.
Yes, there is a Meijer there.
And a Walgreens. Mm-hmm. No Kroger, no Target, nothing like that.
No, if you want to hit something a little more major like that, I think the closest is Grand Rapids, if I'm not mistaken.
And that's about, 3 hours away?
4? Yeah, around 4-hour drive.
Yeah, so you can't just go across the river for the weekend and get some cool Hot Wheels or whatever else you're looking for.
No, not unless you actually do an overnighter and drive quite a ways.
That gets expensive.
It can be, yeah.
And it's time consuming.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just want to go for an hour.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Absolutely.
But while we were in Sudbury, you'd been looking for this particular item for 2 months since you found it came out?
Yeah, I think so. They released that this was happening. I'd see some commercials on television and on the internet, and I knew that this was coming. I went to the actual company website and found out that it was going to be released September 1st. So if anybody wants to know, it is a Lego set. Yes, I am 44 years old and I still play with Legos, okay?
Me too.
Yeah. And I think Legos as a whole, they're like a universal thing. You can enjoy them at the age of 5 or 55.
Well, this one here says 18 plus.
I know.
So it's not X-rated.
No, but this one is definitely for adults. It was
adult collectors.
Yeah, it was an adult collector's item. So, do you want to release what it is, or you want me to say it?
Well, how hard was it to find?
It was very hard to find. Like I said, we actually went to Toys R Us.
Yes.
Which did not have it. We went to Best Buy.
Which didn't have it.
We went to Chapters. Which when I approached somebody and asked if they had it, they said, we actually have quite a few online, but we're, a little store in Sudbury. They don't really send us a whole lot of big items. So we went there. I also looked online, and Amazon, it was a price increase. So the price was $129.99 regularly. It was $171 on Amazon. So that's kind of what I was talking about. We kind of get the bum's rush almost.
We really do.
Living in a little town like this.
Yes.
Because we have to order it online. So if it's a very sought after item, either you have to travel to the States and bring it back with you. So whether you're driving or flying, you might have some limitations on cargo that you can bring.
Very true.
And then, of course, suffer the consequences of the
customs fees.
The customs fees and the increases in prices if you're going online.
That's true. Yes.
So
you did your handy dandy phone and you looked up on the Googles.
yes,
And you found that Mastermind Toys in Sudbury had some in stock.
I did.
So we took a little trip up the hill.
Yes, down the hill. We were up the hill and we went down the hill.
Oh yes, that's what it was. Okay, and so we went in there and we looked around, and there was all kinds of Legos.
Oh my goodness. I would never have thought to go into this place, but it was actually quite an awesome toy store.
It really was.
Yeah.
All kinds of stuff.
And they had all kinds of Lego sets and all kinds of toys, interactive toys, science toys, educational toys for anyone. I find Legos are very educational.
Oh, yes.
You're building something, you have to organize yourself. You also have to use those fine motor skills.
That's right, dexterity.
Yeah.
It's important.
Very important.
So we found it.
We did.
There was only 3 in stock.
3 in stock. And the gentleman, when we were checking out, actually said that they got 3 2 days ago. Well, 3 days ago now, but 2 days ago. And that was probably all they were ever going to get.
Yes.
So anybody in Sudbury who's looking for this particular Lego kit, you might find it at Masterminds if somebody else hasn't picked it up, and they only have 2 left because I took the 3rd one.
You certainly did.
I did.
And it's the Disney 100 Celebration, 811 piece.
Walt's camera.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's a tripod with an old-fashioned movie camera with a crank on it. It's got 100 on it where the film canisters would sit up top, and then it's got a little
Minifigures,
minifigure type thing. You got Dumbo, you got Minnie, you got Walt, you got Mickey, and I don't know who that is.
Bambi.
Okay, Bambi.
That's
Oh,
Bambi.
let me see.
Yes.
Oh, I can see that now. Yes.
That's Bambi. And also there's actually, it looks like a little desk with, an older projector type of.
Yes.
And it looks like, I don't know if that might be a sketching board or perhaps, you would look at it and think that's an iPad.
Right.
Something along those lines, but I doubt it's an iPad.
From the 50s? No.
No.
Definitely not.
No, it's probably one of those curved desk things that sort of sit on top where you can sketch or something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that looks like it's going to be a lot of fun to put together.
I'm so excited.
Yes. You've been talking about this thing for months.
How excited was I to get this?
You lit up like a beacon. It was great to see your face and your smile and how excited you were. Yes.
Definitely.
You know what else you'll be excited by?
What?
Listening to this promo for another podcast right here on the ESO Network.
Very exciting.
I love that Star Trek does what adventure programs do. It's fun characters going on adventures, wearing colorful outfits, but it tries to be more than that. It tries to say something more about humanity and tries to encourage us to be better people.
I love that it gives a really positive and really hopeful view of the future.
I like that you never know what you get with Trek, from Captain Pike to Picard to Captain Proton.
I like the Ferengi.
Earth Station Trek, a show where we talk about Star Trek from the early days on NBC to the future on Paramount Plus and everywhere in between.
And wasn't that amazing?
Definitely. Very amazing.
Don't you want to check out all those episodes?
I can't wait.
I knew it. Yes. Let's talk about our birthday gifts.
Okay.
Because the 100 Disney thing here was not a gift. It was a gift to yourself.
It was a gift to myself, yes. Because
Yes.
I had been looking for it for so long. I thought I'm going to gift this to myself.
Well, and yes, why not?
Why not?
Yeah, you've been saving up, so there you go. So what did you get for your birthday?
I got, so I do also collect Funko Pops for the 100th Disney anniversary. And if anybody is like, no, Leah, they just did their 50th anniversary. The 50th anniversary is the 50th anniversary of the parks. But what a lot of people don't realize is that the Walt Disney Company, the animation company, is 100 years old. Along with, of course, Mr. the Mouse himself. Mickey is also 100 years old. A lot of people say, Walt's first creation. It was not. And we can definitely go into that detail a lot later. But yes, so Mickey Mouse and the Walt Disney Company as a whole is 100 years old. That being said, with Funko Pops, they decided to put out a collection of Walt himself, and they called it Icons. It's part of what is called an icon collection, and they had, I think, 5?
That sounds about right.
Yeah, 5 at least. Walt Funko Pops. So I got 2 of those.
You did.
For my birthday. And I also got a very beautiful pendant.
You did.
I did.
Who gave you these things?
You did.
Oh, yes, that's true. It was me.
You did a very good job.
Why, thank you.
Yes.
I try. Yes.
And what about your birthday presents?
Well, I got the Hand of Apollo Hallmark ornament, Star Trek ornament. It's the Enterprise with a big green hand clutching it from space from the classic Star Trek episode Who Mourns for Adonais,
Okay.
which you have not seen.
Nope. I don't believe I have.
But now we're going to have to,
Yes.
so you know what the reference is for the gift that you got me.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you got me a couple of cool date ideas, books. This one here is the Adventure Challenge Couples Edition. And let me just pull it out of the display box here. It's got two, what would you call these? Little plastic bingo chips.
Yeah.
And let's see here. It says it's the couples edition. Get out there and have fun with activities suggested in this book. And what it is, it's a scratch off. So you start at the beginning, you scratch off, and it tells you, well, let me see. There's a legend here. It says there's the approximate cost, the time of day or night to go on the adventure, the approximate duration of the adventure. And then you take a photo and put it in the book.
So it's also a memory.
It's a memory thing.
Yeah.
Yes, it brings couples closer together.
Absolutely.
So you've got meals, snacks, the mess, how messy it's going to get wet, what kind of supplies you'll need, active or not, indoors, outdoors, home, away, daylight, nighttime, filming, babysitter, and plan ahead. So those are the legends and what you'll have to do. So some of the things are food with your bae. You won't find this on a dating blog. A creative couple, I'm crazy about you. Trust fall, please be that couple. Double dates, $10 dates, cheap ass, all kinds of different things.
Absolutely. And there's some rules at the beginning. So this is actually meant to sort of build and maintain relationships, right? And not that I think that we're failing as a couple by any means.
No, we're pretty new.
We are. We are very new. But also, I think it was just an idea for us because living in a small town, and we've lived here our whole lives. Well, I have anyways. But you know, you kind of get in a rut and you sort of end up just doing the same old thing, sort of living life because we both have jobs, 9 to 5s, I guess you would say. And you get sort of in a rut. And I wanted to get more ideas for us on what we can do. We implemented a date night.
We did.
And I wanted to sort of give us an adventure, and then we could look back on these memories. And there's nothing saying that we can't redo.
That's true.
The adventures in this book once we're done. So there is some rules that they would like you to follow.
Yeah, so first one, disconnect to reconnect. The purpose here is to unplug from everyday life, connect and have fun. Put those cell phones on airplane mode.
So what do you think of that first rule? Is that something that couples should do?
Sometimes.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I think that's something that's lacking in a lot of relationships today, not just couples, but parent-child.
Oh, yes. Well, you just look around and you see people walking their kids in their strollers and they're staring at their phones with big smiles on their face, not paying attention to the kid.
That's right. I've seen a gentleman walking down the street with his dog. He's walking his dog and he's not even paying attention to where he's going or anything because he's on a phone.
Yeah, exactly.
So he could walk his dog right out into traffic and
That's it.
that would be it for his dog.
So disconnect to reconnect.
Absolutely.
Rule number 2 is no takebacks. It says if you scratch off a date, you have to do it. If you don't feel like it, too bad. Do it anyway. Discover something new about yourself.
So I think that one, and you can maybe correct me if I'm wrong, I think that one's more about getting out of your comfort zone a little.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's important.
I think so. Because building a relationship, you also have to sort of trust each other.
Yes.
And just have confidence that that other person is going to be there for you.
Exactly.
So that's getting yourself out of your comfort zone.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes. Rule number 3 is to document the journey. Take a picture and write about each date in your journal. This book is here to help you create and collect lasting memories.
So I did pick up a camera.
You did. You picked up an Instamax.
Yes. And you were kind of confused why I did that, weren't you?
Well, yeah, because you had got this stuff about a month ago and you said, oh, it's part of your gift. I'm like, I have no idea what that is going to be.
Because I gave you 2 clues.
You did.
To what this gift would entitle.
Yes.
And one was content, and we are going to bring all of our adventures to the podcast so
Yes.
that everyone can sort of take this journey with us. And also, I said that we're going to need a camera for it.
You did. And now I know.
Yeah.
And knowing,
And now you understand.
yes.
And knowing is half the battle.
Correct.
Yes.
And rule number 4 is to show it off. Upload the photo of your adventure to social media and hashtag the adventure challenge.
So if anybody wants to check this out for themselves as well, and they find this interesting, we're more than happy to let you know that it is the Adventure Challenge. You can look this up online. You can look it up on TikTok. There are all kinds of advertisements for it, couples who have done it, and they are sharing their adventures and
Yes,
experiences.
exactly. So I'm very looking forward to this.
Yeah.
You also got me a sex adventure book, but we're not going to take photos of that one.
Sex
or
adventure.
upload anything there.
I purchased what is called the Naughty and Nice bundle. So that one is a little more for the two of us. And we're not going to be sharing
We're not going to document that?
No.
Are you sure?
I don't think we'll be uploading that one to the internet. But
That's fair.
If we do find that it's a, not as intimate, maybe not as personal, we might be able to share that with our viewers, or at least a little.
That's right.
Yeah.
But for the main one, we'll put the photos up on the Facebook page for the Soul Forge podcast.
Absolutely.
So if you have not joined that, go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically it there. What's coming up this week, though?
Ooh, we have some exciting adventures
We
to
do.
start.
We do. Now, since I started this podcast just over 6 years ago, I always said I haven't traveled that much. But before I started the podcast, me and the two brothers, Robin and Curtis, we went to Cedar Point in Sandusky, Ohio. And then in 2019, me and Curtis and our dad took a road trip from here in the Sioux all the way to Peggy's Cove on the East Coast, and then we flew back. Later that year, me and a friend went to Dragon Con down in Georgia. So I've done some traveling, but I have never been to Disney. I have never been to a resort, an all-inclusive place. I've never been to Europe or Mexico or anything like that. So this coming weekend, you and I are going to Orlando, Florida to go to Disneyland.
Yes.
Maybe we'll go to Universal Studios.
Absolutely.
We're hoping to meet up with my podcast buddy Jarman and his new wife Jolie.
Nice.
So that'll be exciting.
It would be wonderful to meet them.
Yes, it will. You said there's a trolley that takes you all over town, and it's like $13 for a 5-day pass.
Yes.
Hop on, hop off whenever you want.
Yes. Unlimited rides.
Unlimited rides.
Yeah.
We're staying at a pretty nice looking hotel.
Yes. Yeah, we have a 1-bedroom suite at the Sonesta extended stay. I have stayed at this particular, I guess you would call it a resort, but I've stayed here before. It's very nice. I thoroughly enjoyed my stay there, and I'm really glad that we're going to get to experience that together.
Well, you are a Disney travel agent.
I am.
So this is part of your, we'll say it's a business expense or research.
Definitely.
Not really, but it's just fun.
Absolutely. Well, I have not been to the parks, especially since 2015. So prior to COVID, there has been a lot of enhancements, a lot of changes, a lot of additions to the parks since COVID-19 shut down the parks. So I am just as eager as you are to get to the parks and see what's new, because I really can't help clients unless I experience it myself, and it's ever changing.
Yes.
Universal, I was there not that long ago. For anyone who wants to go to, say, SeaWorld or a place like that holds especially marine mammals, I will not attend those places. I have made the pledge not to. I do not mind assisting somebody in planning their vacation, but is definitely not within my values to attend these places. So I do prefer, if I'm going to Orlando, either Disney, Universal. There is, other places such as Busch Gardens that's around the area as well that I'm aware of, and maybe I'll get to experience those as well. You never know.
It should be exciting.
Absolutely. I think it will be really great. how are you feeling about your first adventure? Because I promised you when we got together that it would not be the last.
That is true. Well, I've wanted to go to Disney since I was a little kid. I've been to Cedar Point twice. I've been to Canada's Wonderland. That's about it. Oh, Boblo Island, which doesn't exist anymore.
Does not, no.
But I haven't really been very far. I've done a little bit more traveling over the last 5-6 years in my adult life, but still, that international flight eludes me. The all-inclusive resort where I can stay drunk for all week. Not that I would, but I could.
Yes.
You know, I'm not a big drinker.
No.
No. But
So why Disney? What's the... I know a lot of people when they think Disney, they're like, oh my God, that's awesome. Like, that's the best. Why?
well, because whenever you used to see newscasts in the back in the day, they'd say, "What are you going to do next?" "I'm going to Disneyland." I'm like, "Well, I want to go to Disneyland too."
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so that's it.
Yeah. I never went until I believe the first time I was 32. And my son was 8.
Ah.
Yes. So
Okay.
I took my children when they were a little bit older. I did not like the idea of having a baby in the parks. I just felt that it might be too hot and a lot very overwhelming for them. And when you're so far north, you only have a certain amount of time.
Right.
So it's very difficult unless you're going to go for an extended period of time and be able to have those rests and all of those things. Those pauses, maybe a park day, like a break, like a resort day, a pool day with the kids or something like that. I just find it very challenging when you're coming from as far as we are.
I can imagine.
Yeah. What are you most looking forward to on this vacation?
Spending time with you. Seeing all the different things that you showed me, all these YouTube channels with all these people who live stream and do all that stuff, and I'm like, well, I want to see what that looks like. I want to go on some rides. I want to see the $75 t-shirts in the store that I'm not going to buy because that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Just all the different things. Yeah,
all the different things.
And if we go to a water park, I love water parks.
Me too. Water parks are one of my favorites.
Yes, so that should be fun.
Absolutely.
I'm looking forward to seeing Jarman and meeting his wife.
Yeah.
So that'll be cool. They just got married this past July, so
very new for them then.
Yes.
Yeah.
They did a whole talk on it on their latest episode of Sappy Crap.
Okay. Sappy Crap.
Yeah, because Steve and German do the Play on Nerds podcast, but then they do little mini ones too. So yeah, if any of our listeners haven't listened to the Play on Nerds network, they should, because they're hilarious.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
But other than that, I'm just looking forward to getting away and trying something new.
Trying something new, and that's the whole purpose of the Adventure Challenge as well, right?
Yes.
Is trying something new.
Exactly.
So I'm very excited to show you Orlando from what I've seen, and maybe Jarman will be able to show us from his point of view because he lives there.
Exactly.
So we'll be able to see some other things and more exciting things. Hopefully they'll join us for some adventures.
He did say Orlando is not just theme parks.
It's not. It really isn't. We have seen, when I've been in the past, we have seen other aspects of it. Of course, that's probably the biggest draw, I would say, is their theme parks. Universal and Disney is probably their biggest draws.
More for sure.
That's sort of how they get people there.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So we're also planning some awesome dining.
Yes.
While we're in Disney.
Woody's Roundup
barbecue
thing?
Woody's Roundup barbecue. It's a different dining experience than I've ever sort of experienced in the parks before. Usually it's like you sit down, or you the cafeteria style where you go and order your food, you pick it up at the counter, you take your tray to your table, or sit down experiences. For instance, they bring you whatever you've ordered off the menu. You have a waiter or waitress and that type of thing. So Woody's Roundup Barbecue, and I really encourage anybody who's listening to go and check it out. I showed you a TikTok video.
You did.
What do you think?
It looks like it could be interesting, because if you hear Andy coming down the thing, everybody in the dining hall has to freeze until he goes away.
Yes.
So that's...
So you hear Andy's coming.
Yeah.
And everybody has to freeze. And until Andy leaves again. So we're all, I guess the premise is we're all his toys in his room.
Yeah.
And we all have to sort of freeze because Andy has come, and
That's right.
we can't let him know that we're actually alive. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm sure we'll do a rundown of our adventure in an upcoming podcast. I'm going to bring the recorder with me just in case we have time for that. Who knows what we're going to be up to.
I am wondering if we should do some pop-up live videos from the Facebook page.
Oh, that's a possibility.
So
I've never done that, but
to have, yes, well, I can show you how to do that.
okay.
And, you know, your listeners may want to like and subscribe to your Facebook page
That's
because we might pop in
Yes.
from
do a Facebook
our
Live.
dining experiences or maybe a point of view of a ride, for instance.
And we might put something either on TikTok or on YouTube. Both of those are The Rusted Robot or Rusted Robot on Etsy or whatever it is. Follow me on YouTube and Etsy.
Yeah.
And Instagram at Darth Vaderloo and the Facebook page.
Yes.
Yes, do all that stuff. And if they want to book a vacation, you're a travel agent. Where can they reach you?
Absolutely. So they can go online. If they basically just Google Free to Travel, that is my company. I do work for a company. My host agency is Center Holidays. So it's free to travel .centerholidays.com. They can also email me anytime at leahfrost@centerholidays.com.
How do you spell center?
CENTRE.
Okay. Leah Frost at centerholidays.com.
.com.
All right. So that's exciting.
And anybody who's interested, they can watch our videos.
Yes.
And see what it would be like to have a Disney vacation
That's
or an
exactly
Orlando
right.
vacation.
True. Yep. So it's exciting.
And, you know, we're not just going to do theme parks or anything like that. We're planning on a few different vacations, maybe an all-inclusive, maybe Las Vegas, maybe Mexico, maybe Cancun. Who knows where we'll end up.
And we are supposed to visit Paul and Dan in England in 2025.
Yes, we're definitely looking forward to that. And thank you so much to Paul for inviting us.
Yes.
That was really great. We got to meet him and his beautiful wife when they were here.
In June or July, whatever
It was,
that was.
I think it was June. That was a lot of fun.
Yes.
Very excited to see them and meet them. And yeah.
Yeah, so that's exciting. Other than that, I think we should go build some Lego and let these poor listeners go listen to the next podcast.
All right.
All right, so listeners, thanks for coming by and celebrating episode 300 with us. Glad you could make it. So remember to subscribe to all the different things and follow the Facebook page. And until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. And remember, home is not where you were born. Home is where all of your attempts to escape cease. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Soul Forge podcast. Your support is greatly appreciated, and we hope you'll tune in again next time. Remember that you can visit soulforgepodcast.com for all of our social media links, and don't forget to share the show with everyone you know. The Soul Forge podcast is your best source for living your best life.
Think about it.
This has been a broadcast of the ESO Network. Be part of the crew and help support our shows by donating to our ESO Patreon or by shopping at the TeePublic store, which can all be found at www.esonetwork.com. The ESO Network, your station for all things geek.